Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. In this video, we are discussing 15 expected questions on agriculture sector, industrial sector, and service sector for UGC NET examination, the upcoming one. Coming to the first question, you are given two statements and you have to see which of these statements is or are correct. The first statement is area under food grain has declined in the last 2 decades, and the second statement is average farm size in the country is very small and declining over the years. If you look into the agriculture sector, we have been continuously telling in different videos that the contribution of agriculture sector with respect to employment. How agriculture sector could accommodate different people with respect to employment. If you look into that, you can see that more than 60% of the population are involved in agriculture sector. But if you look at the share of agriculture sector with respect to GDP, you can see that it is very less. It is almost 14% only. And now, if you look into the farm areas, the cropping areas, you could cropped areas, etc., you could see that this the share of the same has been declining over the years. Why it has been declining? With respect to fields, farms, and all, you could see that since you could see the construction activities going on in different farm areas, the area of the cropping land is coming down. That means that as a result of expansionary activities like construction of homes, construction of shopping malls, construction of big buildings like flats, and also expansion of roads, railways, all these kinds of things are contributing to the decreasing farmlands in India. And as a result of expansionary activities going on, these lands are filled up, and upon this filled land, construction, expansionary activities, everything is going on. So here the right option is both 1 and 2. Both these statements are right. Both the food grains has declined of the the area under food grain production has been declining. If you look at the last 20 years, you can see that, and also the average farm size of the country is declining over the years, and now it is very small. Again, in the second question, you are given two statements. This is with respect to dairy production. The first statement is India ranks first in the world in dairy production, and the second is the per capita availability of milk in India is more than the per capita availability of the world. And you have to see which of the statements given here is or are correct. Okay. Here also you can see that both these statements are correct. The right option is option C. If you look into if you look into the primary sector, you can see that dairy is something which comes under the primary sector, and Indian dairy sector has acquired a substantial growth rate. If you look into the 9th 5-year plan, you can see that it is where a substantial growth rate in the dairy sector has started. Okay, and we know that North India is actually very much peculiar with respect to dairy production. The per capita availability of milk has reached a level of 337 per day. 337 gram per day in the year 2017, and this is considered to be more than the world average of 229 gram per day. Okay. Next, you have the question related to agriculture costs and prices. So this is a very important area. CSCP is a very important area because it is a body which came into being in 1965 to recommend the minimum support prices to the cultivators, and also it is helping the cultivators to adapt modern technology. It helps to rise the productivity, and also it helps to increase the overall grain production to meet the increasing demand in the economy, Indian economy. So here the question is the Commission of Agriculture Costs and Prices fixes the dash. From the explanation I have given you, you could understand that they set the minimum support price. So the right option is option A, the support price. Next question, which of the following items has the highest share in the India in the world export? So which is the highest contributor of export with respect to India? Options are option A, coffee, tea, meat, spices, etc. Option B, pearls, precious stones, metals, coins, etc. Then option C, legumes, resins, vegetable saps and extract, etc. Then option D is vegetable planting materials, vegetable products, etc. Okay. It is vegetable plating materials, vegetable products, etc. So you have to see that the right option is right option C. That is, India is exporting a lot of legumes, resins, vegetable saps, extracts, etc. And it has marked a growth rate of 0.8 in the year 2012-13. And coming to in the case of India, we could see that India has diversified its export of these basket of products. Next, you have some thing with respect to the food expenditure. You have to see out of which of the following item is the share of food expenditure increasing at the fastest rate of India. You have milk and its products, pulses, cereals, and vegetables. The right answer is milk and its products, because we could understand that India is the largest producer with respect to milk production. uh, so here what happens is that there happen to have a high inflation rate with respect to milk and its milk products, pulses, MFE, all these kinds of things, which together constitute around 30% of the total food expenditure in 2009-10. Actually, these were the main responsible factors for 42% of the food inflation. And this had some significance upon the protein sources of food, uh, which would be including both plant sources as well as animal sources. Okay, so that was the thing. The right answer is milk and its products, option A. Next, you have a question on suicide. Which of the following crops has been extending targets since 2004-5 in India, but its growers have been committing suicide in large numbers in many parts of the country every year? Here you have pulse, cotton, oilseeds and wheat in the options, and the right answer is cotton. Okay, option B. Here what happens is that there was a study which was conducted in 2014, and as per the study, three specific characteristics were associated with the farmers who have high risk with respect to suicide. These are like those that grow cash crops such as coffee, cotton, are in the risk panel, and also those with marginal farms or less than 1 hectare are also included in the risk panel, and also those with debts of 300 rupees or more, they are also in the risk panel. So uh, the study could find that in different Indian states, these three characters are most common, with contributing to the highest suicide rates in the country, which would be accounting for more than 75% of the suicide happening in the country. So here the right option is option B, which includes cotton. Okay. Next, you are given one statement and the reason for that statement, and you have to see whether the statement and reason matches. Okay, and the statement is like agriculture is the main social livelihood of people in India, and the second, the reason for that is measures for agriculture development should be undertaken. These are the two things given here, and you have to see which is correct. Here the right answer is option B. Both A and R are correct, but R is not the right explanation for the statement given here. Okay. So you have, in these kinds of questions, what you do is that you have to read both the assertion as well as the reason given, and you have to see whether these two things match or not. And if it match, we can see that it is the right explanation. And also you have to see whether both the statement as well as the reason are right or wrong. Okay. Next question is with respect to per capita holding of cultivated land in India. The question is, which of the following are responsible for the decrease of the per capita holding of cultivated land in India? And you are given certain reasons like low per capita income, rapid rate of increase in production, practice of dividing land equally among the successors, use of traditional techniques of ploughing. The right options are 1 and 2, 2 and sorry, the options are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, 2, 3 and 4. Here the right option is 2 and 3, that is rapid rate of increase in population, and also what the third one is practice of dividing land equally among the successors or heirs. Next, also you are given two statements. Three statements are given. Three statements. First is livestock contributed to about 25% of the gross value added in agriculture. Then it provides self-employment to large segment of population. Then rapid growth of livestock sector can be egalitarian as well as inclusive. The right option is option D. That means that all these are right. It is contributing to 25% of the gross value added. It is providing self-employment, and also it provides growth of the livestock sector. So all these are right. So out of the total agriculture GDP, livestock sector is contributing 27%. It is not the contribution of livestock sector to the GDP, but it is a contribution of livestock sector to the contribution made by agriculture sector to GDP. Okay, it is the contribution livestock sector to the agriculture sector. Okay, that you have to be very clear. 27% is the contribution of livestock sector to the agriculture sector. Next, during the year 2014-15, India's exports of animal products is reported to be over 3 lakh 31,000 33,128.30 crore. Which of the following form of meat was the single largest export item? Was it poultry products? Was it sheep or goat? Was it processed other meat or buffalo meat? The right answer is option D, that is the buffalo meat, which had a single largest item which was exported, and it was contributing a lot to the India's income from foreign countries. Next, you are given two different pairs. I mean, you are given certain pairs, and you have to see which of these is not correctly matched. First is industrial finance is SIDBI, then social security measures Bharat Tirman, then rural credit NABARD, then rural employment SJSRY. The right answer is option B, that is with respect to Bharat Nirman. Bharat Nirman is actually it's a plan with respect to business. This was meant for creating and augmenting rural infrastructure. Okay, it is not with respect to social security. It is with respect to rural infrastructure, like funding for roads, irrigation, housing, water supply, all this electrification, etc. So it is actually taking into consideration different programs like Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, Indira Awas Yojana, National Rural Drinking Water Program, Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Vaidyudikaran Yojana, etc. Next, that covers telecommunication as well. Okay, now we are moving to the next question, where it is about the expansionary phase of Indian economy. The question is like, which sector of Indian economy has shown a remarkable expansion during the last decade? Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, and mining sector. The right answer is tertiary sector, which has shown a remarkable growth with respect to share in the GDP. When you look into the tertiary sector, it will include IT, telecommunication, health, tourism, etc. Primary sectors, we know agriculture and allied activities. Secondary sector includes manufacturing activities and all these kinds of things. So if you look into the tertiary sector, various services like service of the doctors, service of teachers, the service of lawyers, administrators, all these things are increasing. So as a result, India is able to gain a lot as a result of what? The expansion as well as improvement in service sector in the Indian economy, and it has shown a remarkable expansion during the last decade. Next question: when development in Indian economy, or whatever economy, whether it's a developed or developing economy, when there is development in economy takes place, the share of tertiary sector in the national income will move in what fashion? First falls and then rises, first rises and then falls, keeps on increasing, remains constant. The right answer is it would keep on increasing. So this is something which is a tricky question. You have to use your sense. So using sense is very important with respect to these kinds of questions. Okay, so when there is any kind of development happening, what happens is that service sector would definitely improve. I mean, there would be an expansion in the service sector, and as a result, the disposable income in the hands of the people would be increasing. This again will lead to expansion in the service sector. So this can happen both domestically as well as internationally. Next, which of the following can be a part of service sector? Textile, banking, coal mines, agriculture sector. Any agriculture sector is not a part, we know, and coal is not a part, that too we know. And textile comes under manufacturing sector, and it is the banking sector which comes under the service sector. So, what are the other sectors which would come into the area of service sector? It will take into consideration investment management, legal services, consulting, retail, real estate, education, all these kinds of things. Okay, all intangible goods. Next, who wrote a book describing the theory of economic drain of India during the British rule? A very famous question. I mean, this question has been repeatedly asked in many examinations. The right answer is Dadabhai Naoroji. He is known as the Grand Old Man of India. He has written a book which is titled as a Poverty and Un-British Rule of India, Un-British Rule in India, which describes the drain of wealth by the British from India. So that's all. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos. And you can be a part of my Telegram channel and Telegram group to discuss your doubts. I will be providing the links of these in my description box. With that, we end today. Thank you.